Hey guys, what's up? This is Panzer Dragon, and today we're doing a how to carry commentary guide on RAMMUS, where basically I do good or decent in like challenger games, and I show you my decision making and I explain why I do such decisions and like why I do this certain play or something, and I think you guys understand the gist of it. And by doing this, hopefully, since you guys understand it, you guys can improve upon yourselves and take that into your own gameplay. So anyways, the first thing we're going to do is obviously start bottom lane. You get a better leash. Um, Now, let me talk about Olaf versus Rammus matchup a bit. Well, for sure you can duel me since he's a better duelist, but I don't think he's going to duel me since we do have Gnar and Victor who are much stronger lanes. So he won't do like a level 2 cheese at my red buff or something. And even then, Victor and Gnar can probably follow up better than their counterparts. Um, so Anyways, we're just gonna speed this up since this is all jungle stuff. Now I pull to the bush because I think Olaf might gank me or whatever, but probably not. And now I did miss this part, but anyways, so look what Victor is telling me. He says he warded right here, and that's what Boy is telling me. So with that information, I still want to gank this Riven. The reason why I want to gank her is because she has to play aggressive to win her lane. Thus, I can easily kill her or whatever. So yeah. So let me explain one thing I'm doing. Look, I'm hugging this wall. Since I know the ward is right here, it won't see me since I'm hugging that wall. I'm not in vision range. So as you can see, it only covers this part. So what I'm going to do is do a loop around and flank around the cliff and then try and get her. But look, I don't have to do that right now since I see that she's playing so aggressive, and I see this aggression, and right away I say, oh, I can get a kill on her. So I'm gonna go right here, flash her onto her, and then get a taunt on her, and then drag her back to Victor and kill her. And yeah, so that's the decision making around that. So where you want to push away because you want to make her lose all the CS. And then right after, I'm gonna go to my raids since I do have my smite up. Every time in the early game stage, you don't have to constantly gank, but what I like to do is balance ganking and jungling, and to do that you use your smite. Whenever your smite is up, that's when you jungle, and then whenever it's down you gank. So I'm getting a ping saying that there's a ward right here, but what's going to happen is I see Fizz is already playing really aggressive onto this Gnar, and so with that in mind, he's going to die since I'm already on my way. So he does the right thing by not giving me the assist. And right here we're deciding if we push. The one what you want to do is not push because it's actually pushing onto him. So look at this, 7 minions versus 9 minions. Wait for the under 6, and there's 6. Now next thing to note is, again, my smite is up, so I'm gonna do a creep. He dies, whatever. But yeah, my smite is up, so I'm gonna do a camp before I back. I'm gonna walk here. I was gonna cover, but I realized he had teleport, so I don't have to cover for him. And yeah, so right here I buy a Quote Code and a Vision Ward. You always want to buy a Vision Ward if you can on your first back. And then I'm gonna go over something. Okay, so right here I'm already looking that he's getting caught out, kind of. There's people on him, and so he actually gets out really nicely, and I'm gonna try and back him up and push him away from him to make sure he survives. But yeah, that's why I was heading there. And now let's go over pink ward. So whenever you buy a pink ward, you want to put one right here if you're on purple side, or you want to put one right here. The reason you don't put it in this bush or this bush or even their bush, that bush, or this bush, is because that's enemy's territory. When you are in their enemy territory, their teammates can react faster than yours, just because you know you're halfway across the map or halfway on their side. However, I can't say it properly, but you guys understand what I mean. So always do a pink ward in this bush or something like that. Now regular site wards are fine to put in deep in their jungle, which you'll see me do later, and I'll explain why it's good. Well, I'll explain it right now. The reason you do it is because you want to know where the enemy jungler is at all times, so you can react to what he's doing, and that helps you protect your lanes and such. Now anyways, the reason I'm camping mid lane is because, again, Riven has to play like I'm hugging around mid lane is because Riven has to play aggressive to kill Victor. And so I just want to protect them from any sort of thing. But But anyways, I catch Olaf here. I was actually going to ward deep in his jungle to see where he's at. And right here I see a collapse onto him. I know Victor can collapse faster than Riven since she's being pushed in. And she's not even level 6. So he's going to get out. And we don't even go in more because we know that we don't have flashes or CC to keep following his ultimate plus ghost. So again, right here, I'm just waiting until she plays aggressive. I feel like she's gonna, the way she's gonna, you know, acting. But I see that she's being really passive after using those 2 Qs to CS. So I'm saying, okay, bye. And my smite is up again, so we're just gonna do this white. And next thing I do, and now I know in another video I told you guys that you should do your blue when it comes up. So what I'm doing is, since I know my blue's coming up at like 7:15, I can do another gank before I go to it. So right here, I'm gonna roll in. I'm gonna sweep this to see if people are here. Or any wards here, and Thresh Line's a really good hook onto Ezreal. All I gotta do is knock him up and taunt him, and instantly taunt him. Don't give an auto, just instantly taunt him if you can. The CC is really important, and then after that, you're gonna try and push the wave. They don't need me to push it, and we can't get the tower, so that we don't get it now, since, well, I'm not like a least or something, so I can't get any damage on that. I'm just a turtle. Now, next thing is, RAMMUS is gonna, Victor's gonna take it, and I'm gonna smite it, and then I'm gonna recall. I'm level 6, and I'm gonna go straight to my red. Yeah, since I'm low, so I'm gonna get my Moby boots, and I think I get a Rupee crystal. Yep. So straight to my red. Just take it up, and the next thing we're gonna do is basically cover top lane because Nar's gonna die. So he's dead. He doesn't have his flash, so he's dead. Yep. And he does have teleport, but the thing is, look at the death timer on him, and they're pushing. So I have to cover this. Even though he has teleport, he won't get all the CS. So right here, I'm just gonna stay right here, take all the CS, and watch. He only gets about 2 minions of experience waves. He actually only gets 1, sorry, and I get like 6 waves, so it's good for me to cover. You want to time when to cover and when not to cover. Always ask your teammates if they have teleport or not also. And yeah, so right here we're gonna do this golem, yada yada. And what I'm planning here is to gank Fizz because I don't think this is warded at all. So once he comes back to lane, I'm gonna kill him. And this ward right here is gonna protect me from any kind of counter gank. That means if Riven or Olaf is coming, we can back away with that ward. Since we do not want to fight a 2v2 or 2v2 for sure. So here, my smite is coming up again. Gonna smite that, and then right after, cover mid since Victor did go back. And then you just ping this Riven that she's going top. So you tell this guy to go back, and if you ever see any kind of map like movements from the enemy team, just point out to your team. Now I'm gonna go back because I don't have any hit point. I should buy some pots, but I don't. Finally, I learned a little bit of lesson, and I was going to head bot, but it looks like they kind of pushed up, so I don't think we can kill them. But right here, I see this aggression coming from my bot or the enemy bot lane, and they're like all ending this guy. So I'm just walking my way down. Again, when you lose aggression, you want to go to aggressive parts of the map and try and gank people. So right here, this is going to be a really good hook by Thresh. He gets a good hook on Blitz. Very good. And what I could have done right here is gotten another kill because I know Ezreal's flash is down from previously, but what you guys could have done is flash and taunted him, and he would be locked down for 2.25 seconds while Lucian and Thresh basically wail on him for a long time. But instead, I don't, because I wasn't reliant on my RAMMUS mechanics, so I didn't do that because I could fuck up or screw up once. But anyways, we do get this tower because there's no one to contest. If Olaf appeared right here, we could just easily back out since he doesn't have any initiation. And Riven was still mid, so that's a free tower for us. So, in this game I'll go Sightstone, and the reason I go Sightstone is because I believe Sightstone is a really good item, especially when you're in like really high ELO. It helps your team, you know, not do stupid stuff. It helps you maneuver around what the enemy is doing and such. So I like to go Sightstone on certain junglers, especially like support tank junglers. Alright, so next thing we're gonna do is where am I? I guess we're gonna go top. And again, I think my smite is going to come up. Yep, so we're going to do that. And I see this Fizz right here, so I'm looking to like kind of gank him. And actually I thought I have no idea why I didn't go for the gank, but anyways, so I see something's happening mid. They like tried to gank Victor, and we're gonna go on to Olaf since I do see Thresh and Lucian are collapsing, so we can easily kill this guy. And yeah, I just want to auto attack and do your stuff. And then we're just gonna roll out. We're just gonna try and cut him off from any exit path he has. So instead of me going up there, I already know he's over here. And then yeah, good hook by Thresh, we get the kill. And now I think it's time to give Victor our blue since he's coming. So I ping him to come. So he gets that. And then I'm gonna look at middle. This looks like a really good fight. I still have my flash. I can do a flash initiation on someone. I want to catch someone out. It's a good fight since Olaf is dead and we know that. So. But instead they get the catch on them and then say, okay, we're gonna go dragon. We're gonna go dragon because we just killed Ezreal and Olaf is kind of dead, and potentially be a 3v4. Now Fizz is actually down here. We see that and we say, okay, we gotta back off. Now why do we back off? We back off because first of all, Victor's ultimate is down, and like most of our ultimates are down. Thresh, Void Boy, and we're all kind of low on mana and hit point, and basically it's a really bad fight, as you can see. But we're actually just going to stay around. The reason we stay around is because we want Gnar to get top tower, so we're just going to try and distract without getting caught, and that's the plan. So they're going to try and start Baron, Dragon, and if they do, then we could potentially fight, since the Dragon does a lot of damage. Now we actually get cut off, and they actually do a really good maneuver by going middle and then trying to sack this tower. But what here, I kind of know that this was coming, that they were going to cut off right here, but I get hooked, and instead of going on Olaf, I go on Blitz because I want to keep him off my Victor, just in case like they have some kind of burst. So, and you can also taunt Olaf anyways, so since he has his ultimate, so there's no point in taunting him unless you see it's down. Now since I do have 80 conservator stacks, I do want to do like a buff or something. So I'm going to take down this red. And now I don't have my W up, so I got to kite it out a bit. And then finally I get my W up, and finally I take it out. So right here, the enemy team gets a dragon. They should have pulled it out. Like, I want to show you guys something. So right here, here's a dragon they're going to do. And what happens is they're actually in range of the skills. You want to pull it out more so that doesn't really happen. You just want to pull it out like right here as far as you can from the enemy, like poke or whatever they can do. Because, that could happen. So hopefully you can tell your team if you ever do dragon to pull it out. And even then I wasn't there, so I feel like it was a kind of a... It wasn't a bad call because they can definitely 4v4 or 4v5 or whatever they were doing, but they just didn't pull it out, so that's why they did that. So right here, I guess I should show you right here. So right here, I see Victor is like being collapsed on by like 3 people, and it looks like he's like almost gonna die, but all he's doing is just kiting the enemies, and he's actually doing a lot of damage. So right here I see this, and I think I know that since he's survived for so long and he has his shield, he can definitely take a lot of hits before dying. And so right here I flash right into Rammus. I'm going to try and kill him as fast as I can and to protect my Void Boy. So he lives, gets a triple kill, and we're going to try and push mid. Or I was going to steal that creep, but then of course Riven's there, so I can't really contest it, and we want to get out of the jungle. Since she can harass me while I do it. So right here, I'm just going to do my walls, take that down. Cover mid since Victor isn't there and he had the back. And yeah. And then right here, we're going to catch Blitz. He comes a bit too close to us, and right here I get the knock up. And since I do see that Victor is coming behind us, this is the only reason I went in this is because Victor was behind us at the mid lane. And I knew he could follow up on this. If he wasn't there and it was just me and Thresh, we probably couldn't have won this 2v2 or whatever. And so, yeah. So right here, I'm gonna save 50 mana for my E since it does cost 50 mana, just in case that like I need to use the CC on someone. And right here I push the lane. Now you might be wondering why you're pushing the lane with such low health. Uh, well, first of all, Fizz was top and Ezreal was bottom, and so and Olaf can't catch me because I have my Powerball, and Riven was low. So the only one there's no one who could basically kill me since we just killed Blitz. So we want to get this tower as fast as we could. Now right here, I'm just staying around to see if I can CC Fizz at any point. If he does come near me, and right here, if my team needs a CC, I will do it. I'm a bit scared of Olaf's E, so that's why I didn't want to get near him, because if he E'd me, I'd die. But I didn't know that he used it earlier, and so I actually could have saved Victor there if I had known that his E was down. Alright, so we do get the rates, we want to get those conservative stacks off. And right here, I go bottom because I saw the wave was pushing bottom, and so I just use my ultimate. It's like a 50-second cooldown, and RAMMUS has really bad wave clear. So if you ever need to like get a big stack of wave, just use your ultimate, but don't team fight until you have it up. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is there's going to be a bad fight. As you can see, Victor is really pushed up far ahead, and here's a sight ward right here. And I see like he wants to fight this for sure, but then I see Olaf and I say, well, we gotta back out. Like the only one we have is Thresh coming in, but I don't think this is a really good fight. And as you can see here, there's a lot of people collapsing onto us. And right here, I'm gonna try and taunt Olaf. That was a mistake that I did. I should have taunted Riven, as I could have probably saved Victor, definitely, but I didn't. So again, if you were facing an Olaf, don't do that. I mean, it forces him to do his ultimate, but still, it's just a waste of a CC that you could be using on someone else. So I should save it from Riven. And right here, so I see my team is going top lane, and like they're doing a bunch of stuff. And even though I have 80 conservative stacks, I'm going to skip all these creeps and go to where my team is, because I trust my team's decision making, that they can get this tower. So right here, I'm just gonna try and support them and collapse to them, and skip all of the creeps that I needed with, the 80 stacks I have. So right here, I'm just gonna be the front line for my team. Just tank it out. Like if anyone comes near Lucian, I'm gonna use my taunt and kill them, or use my powerball and slow them, etc. So right here, I get a taunt onto Olaf. And I'm just like, just being in front of him to block all the skill shots from Lucian so he doesn't die. And right here, Olaf comes too close to me, so I gotta taunt him. And the reason we want to kind of like stall and fight this is because we see that Victor is actually coming in from the mid lane. And so I do want to fight this because I do see him collapsing. But he actually gets caught out by like a lot of CC and gets picked off instantly at the beginning of the team fight. So if he didn't get picked off, we definitely could have won that, and he probably would have done a lot of damage. So right here, Riven is coming, and I'm trying to peel her off Lucian, but she gets on him too fast, and my taunt wasn't up, so I have to back out of this. I actually flashed the Ezreal Q that I thought was going to hit. It actually went on to hit me, so I actually wasted my flash. Other than that, this tower is going to fall, and the next thing I'm going to do is golems, because I gotta get rid of these stacks. Dragon is up, but our teammates aren't up, and even if I went there immediately from home, my team wouldn't be there that fast. So now I can actually go to the dragon since they're already there, since I do have my Volby boost and Q to travel around the map. So yeah. Anyway, so I do see there's a bad team fight going on, and right here, I'm just going to try and peel for Boy, or catch someone if we're on the offensive. But right here, immediately I see Riven jumping in, and so I go onto her. As RAMMUS, you don't want to dive onto the enemy's backline. You want to try and peel if they have divers on their team. Unless you're diving with, like, say, I don't know, Aurelia, then you can maybe go on offensive. So right here, we do a dive, unnecessary dive. All we have to do is basically get this tower, but somehow the turret aggro went onto Gnar instead of me, and I don't know, it was just really weird. But yeah, just a little mini throw that should have been a free tower, but it wasn't. So instead, we do have to back out since we don't have the offensive force from Lucian and Victor with us. It was just me and Thresh. So next thing we're gonna do is try to control this dragon. So I see it's still up, I sweep it, and no wards are here, and I see Thresh is behind me. He knows what I want to do. This Fizz is staying right here, and since Rammus is really good at catching people on the map, that's what we're gonna do. We have enough damage with Thresh and me. He does a really good juke around me, but I do get, when he flashes, I do get the taunt off him, so he's basically gonna die since he doesn't have any more escapes. And again, a good hook by Thresh. So we're gonna go onto Blitzcrank. This is a free dragon. Now, some of you might be wondering, hey, you could maybe Baron. Well, we actually can't because it's too far, and the closest objective to us is Dragon. And usually when you get a kill or a pick or something, you want to go to the closest objective as possible so you can get that. Now right here, Victor is actually, I actually tried to click it, but I kind of fucked up. So Victor's actually being collapsed on, and we're going to try and help him. And yeah, I'm trying to help him too. And then now Lucian is actually being collapsed on too. But anyway, so right here I'm gonna roll in, but I see the Flash Lantern, and I just bop Ezreal and take the lantern and whatever. And now you see Riven's low, but I can't really do much. I'd rather get objectives than kills right now, so I use my ultimate to take down this tower since it does damage to towers. And right here we're gonna go onto this Fizz. So Gnar actually gets a really good stun for that. I was actually going to back out since we had no more CC, but since Gnar landed that CC and I had my E up, we can definitely kill him with our skills. So this is going to be a free inhibitor. We're going to take that. Right now we want to back out. You don't want to... actually, that's why Lucian stayed. It's because he had the safety of the lantern, so that's why he stayed. But right here, I don't know about staying so much. Like, you know, he outplayed them and stuff. Technically, but it's a bit risky to stay in once you've got the inhibitor. So once you get the inhibitor and you're all low, you just want to back out. So there you are, get the Aegis, whatever. And after you get this inhibitor, you want to play the Baron control game and just like basically put pinks here, and then the enemy can't really do anything since they have to face check some bushes to get in. And then you could either try and bait the Baron or do it if you think the enemy's away from the map. Usually you do want to get a bait and try and pick someone off before doing it. So since we can't really do it, we're just going to try and get some mobility around the map. I was going to do some creeps, but right here I do see that Blitzcrank is caught really far out. And here we're just going to pick him off. And I'm looking at Riven, like every team fight, I'm going to be looking at this Riven the whole time because I know she does a lot of damage and she can wipe my team. So every time I see her go in, I'm just going to taunt her and no one else. I probably can't get to Ezreal since it's really kitey. But yeah, Riven's going to be my main guy. So see, instantly when she goes in, I'm going to CC her instantly and not let her go on Victor. And right here we're going to get a few towers since we can. We're really far ahead. And me, I'm just going to stick around, you know, being this meat shield for my team. And, you know, right here, as a tank, you can't hit towers as a tank. Let your ranged ranged carries hit the towers, because you don't want to be in the range of enemy skills and poke and whatever they have. You just stand there, sit there, and let your allies take down the tower. Unless, of course, there's no threats. So right here, again, just playing this guy. Right here, I know I learned again, and I'm not supposed to use my E on this guy. Instead, I taunt the Riven to make sure she's off our team. And right here, I'm backing out. I gotta kite them. If I actually queued right into her, I probably could have saved Lucian, but he actually dies. But here, Thresh gets a really good ignite onto Riven, and he dies. And right here, I'm just trying to clear waves and such, and see if I can catch someone out. So right here, we're going to get onto this Ezreal. I taunt him immediately. I don't die, but he kills Thresh, and Fizz lands the fishy onto me, and I die. So this game is actually basically over. I think I did a really good job on being really informative in the early game, which you guys want to do. Basically, you want to go through lanes because lane ganks are really good with Rammus, as you can move your maneuver around the minions, and you don't have to go through the minions if the enemy is trying to do that. I find those lane ganks really effective. Of course, you can go to the river if there's no wards or such, but you know, if you just power up your power ball and then go at them, and you have lots of CC to follow you up, then of course you can easily get that taunt to kill someone. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of RAMMUS guide commentary and learned a lot. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of the gameplay of this game. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.